Hi, my name is Carter Friend, and I'm a film student over at USC, and today I have the distinct honor of being able to tell you all about Cameron Ferweda's amazing book series. I read a lot of books when I was a kid. I really love to read, but I think something that makes this book series in particular so special is the fact that it's actually written by a kid, and this is the kind of thing when you're reading it, you can't tell given the actual language of the novel because it's so well written and so well beyond his years, but it's the imagination that goes into it could only have come from a kid, because there's something special about the series and these characters that you can tell that it comes from a kid's imagination, and whether you're a kid having it read to you or an adult reading it or an adult reading it to their kid, it takes you back to that place. It takes you back to when you were a kid under your covers with your flashlight reading a book, and he structures it in such a way that it's always exciting. They're always going to these new exotic locations. The characters are fun. The chapters end on cliffhangers, so it's perfect for reading to your kid every night. To me, the ultimate standout of this series and what makes them so compelling is just how descriptive the language is. It's really, really good at creating clear, distinct visual imagery. A Volcanic Vacation and a Treacherous Treasure specifically, where they go to these distinct, rich locations in Hawaii and New Orleans, it's just incredible the language he uses to transport you to these places. And coming from New Orleans myself, I can tell you he gets it right. And so the fact that he draws from his own experience and puts them in these novels and puts them in the context of these crazy, fantastical adventures, it becomes more heartfelt and more real and more personal. And the real heart of the series comes from the two lead characters. I tell you, I'm a film student. I grew up watching movies and loving movies, and kids' movies especially, and these two characters, they remind you of Buzz and Woody from Toy Story, or Shrek and Donkey from Shrek, or any other classic cartoon friendships, because they both have such distinct personalities and such distinct voices, which is something that's really, really hard for writers, even adult writers, to capture distinct voices for different characters, but Cameron does this expertly, and the characters have such a great back and forth with each other, and they're both so likable, but in such different ways, and it's really, really fun, and they're characters that people can connect to, and they're characters that, no matter the fact that they're animals, no matter the fact they're on these fantastic adventures, they're really relatable. And this is just honestly one of the most fun adventure stories I've ever read. So I cannot stress to you enough that this is a great read for kids and adults alike. It's really great for bonding. It's the kind of book that you can read to your kid every night before he goes to sleep, and you'll be talking about it the next day. Your kid will be on the edge of his seat waiting to find out what happens the next night. And it's really made especially cool by the fact that this was written and self-published by someone as young as Cameron. Because it just goes to show that if you want to do something, you just have to get out there and do it yourself. My entire life, I've wanted to make movies, and all it took was to actually just take a camera and go out and shoot stuff. And now I get to study film in California, in Los Angeles, at a great film school, and Cameron is doing the exact same thing with his writing. He wanted to write a story, he and his dad came up with a story, and so he did it. He took a pen, put it to paper, and wrote this story, and now it's actually coming out. It's going to be published, and I can't imagine how incredible it must feel to actually be able to hold a physical copy of the story that came from his imagination in his hands, because it's really a testament to not just what Cameron can do, but really what any kid with a great idea can do. And so, in supporting this book, you will not just be supporting a really great story and getting to embark on a great adventure with really fun characters, but you're supporting a really great message that can inspire a lot of kids with similarly great imaginations as Cameron. So I really recommend these books to you. If you haven't read any, just check them out. I promise you will love them, no matter your age. So I'm really glad to be able to help out in any way I can. Check them out.